Welcome back to Good Morning Providence, 5:25 on the clock right now. Interactive exhibits in Boston that challenge what we see. Providence Now digital reporter TJ Albin is taking us inside of the Museum of Illusions for a peek.
Come with me to the Museum of Illusion in Boston as I learn more from Stacy Steck about how you can immerse yourself in these optical illusions here in Boston.
Museum of Illusions, it's an immersive optical illusions experience for all ages. So we're right here in the Quincy Market Faneuil Hall area. It's a really cool mashup of an actual museum rooted in education and an attraction that's all about the fun.
So for those that have never experienced something like this, especially here in Boston now, what can people immerse themselves in?
You immerse yourself in just a world of illusions where the boundaries of perception and reality begin to blur with every exhibit. So we have over 70 exhibits ranging from illusions, installations, and immersive rooms, kind of like the one we're in right now.
Who would you say this museum is mostly for?
The museum's really for all ages, so it doesn't matter if you're family or you're coming on date night. I mean, everybody enjoys it here at the museum. There's really something for everybody. Everybody likes to look at optical illusions.
How would you describe this museum compared to other museums around the area, like for example in Providence, and even to Boston?
Of course, what sets us apart is really that from other immersive experiences, which are all the rage right now, is really the educational component. The museum really explores STEM concepts and science, and it really makes science fun for all ages, and it makes you think outside the box a little bit. So we're not only like a selfie museum where you can come and take really cool photos, you can actually learn a thing or two about vision and perception.
I'm TJ Albin for Providence Now.
TJ has one of the funnest jobs around, let me tell you. Hey, we're looking forward to 2024 wrapping up, but color company Pantone has its eyes set on 2025, and they've already named the color of next year. Pantone has named Mocha Mousse its color of the year for 2025. The company describes it as an evocative, soft brown. Pantone Color Institute Executive Director Latrice Eisman said the color evokes quite the thoughtful indulgence. Each December, the company names the color of the year for the following year. To make their pick, experts at the Pantone Color Institute look at interior design trends, pop culture moments, and high fashion runways. 5:28 this morning, still to come for you here on Good Morning Providence. The capital city will look a bit more Christmassy tonight. Coming up, we have the events lighting up Providence. You're watching Good Morning Providence here on ABC 6, and we'll be right back.
Great, let's go with that one.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to see the possibilities all around you.
Thanks.
With Capella University's FlexPath format, you can pursue a business degree on your terms and use the skills you learn right away. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University.
Treat yourself to rich Ghirardelli chocolate and luscious caramel. Experience Ghirardelli caramel squares in a bag and a bar. Makes life a bite better.
Incoming dishes!
Doc!
Dawn Power Wash flies through 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
Yeah, it absorbs grease 5 times faster. Even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Ooh, those suds got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
Friday's estimated Mega Millions jackpot is $579 million. Make sure to add Megaplier to increase your non-jackpot prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly.
The Bengals and the boys on a special Monday night. Will Joe Cool unleash that offensive arsenal? Or will America's team silence the haters like...
Reminder, bent finger appointment.
I don't want to wait or have surgery for my Dupuytren's contraction. I want a non-surgical treatment.
And if non-surgical treatment isn't offered?
I'll get a second opinion.
Take charge of your treatment. If you can't lay your hand flat, visit findahandspecialist.com to get started.
Welcome to Access Hollywood, your #1 source for celebrity news. The biggest premieres.
When you talk about cool, it don't get no cooler.
The biggest award shows.
I've always wanted to play a dolphin.
Oh, snap.
Your total access.
This is the place.
Access Hollywood.
Weeknights at 7 on ABC 6.
Championship week. Everything to play for. Playoff dreams and conference titles at stake.
Hopes are running high. It all comes down to this.
trophy are on the line. Top-ranked teams make their final push. Dr. Pepper Championship Week begins tonight at 8 on ABC.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. Guess what, guys? It is Friday and we're already having fun. There's also lots of fun in store for this weekend. We'll tell you all about it. I'm Cara Bailey, and who's going to be telling you about whether or not it's going to rain on some of these parades that's coming up? That's Christina Shalhoub. So break it all down for us, lady.
Well, I never wanted to rain on anyone's parade, right? I mean, that's the goal. And I will say for this weekend, for all the festivities and all the fun, things are looking pretty solid for the most part. Let's dig in. We'll start with this Friday. Hey, happy Friday, by the way, everybody. Now, our storm left yesterday, and in its wake, we're getting tons of wind and a lot of cold. I know that doesn't sound great, but hey, it could be worse, right? We could be, I don't know, the cities along the Great Lakes getting hammered with more snow. Yeah, they already went through some big lake effect snow bands last week, and it's like rinse and repeat for them today. As for us, don't be surprised if you catch a little flurry or two, but that's really the most we can anticipate. The big factor today is the wind. Look at the gusts. They are howling all the way up into the 30s. And just a reminder, those wind speeds, those 1-minute averages, will be between about 10 and sometimes up to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures, they're cold enough as it is, right? We're hovering right around 30 degrees, 30 in Providence right now, 32 in Newport. But here's the kicker, kids. Wind chills going to be in the teens this morning as you're heading out the door. So make sure you are super duper bundled up as you're leaving the house. Now, it does get a little easier and a little better and a little calmer from here. We're going to talk about the good stuff coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Christina. 5:32 this morning. Let's take a look at the roads. I really want everybody to be cautious as they make their way out. We are dealing with some better weather this morning. It should make it a little bit easier for you. One thing you may notice, I noticed as I was going through the city, is that there's a little bit more salt on the road, so it's going to help with some of your traction there. It's looking good on Thurbers Avenue right now. A couple of spaces in between some of those trucks that we see, maybe 250 feet or so, 500 feet or more in other places. There is room for you this morning. Go ahead and make your way out there if you can. Your travel times coming up on your screen for you right now. 9 minutes on the northbound 114 between White Church and 195. 10 minutes on the northbound 95 between Route 4 and Thurbers Avenue. 7 minutes on the northbound 1 between Kingstown Road and the Route 4 split. Buckle up, drive safely. 5:33. One person is hospitalized this morning after being hit by a ripped bus in Cranston on Rolfe Street. It happened around 5 o'clock last night. Police telling ABC 6 News the victim was conscious and alert when they were taken to Rhode Island Hospital. No word yet on what led to that person being hit, though. We will update you on all of our news platforms when we learn more about that. 3 men accused of attempted armed robbery in East Providence will be arraigned in court today. The men, seen on your screen just moments ago, Alex Jesus Marte, Abel Nolasco, and David Ramos, were arrested back in July. According to police, the 3 of them tried to rob a victim under the pretense of a Facebook Marketplace meetup. That victim flagged down police who found a car that was crashed, and also those 3 men hiding behind a playground on Central Avenue. Police say the 3 of them have been held in ICE detention as they illegally re-enter the country. Their indictments will be at 9:30 at Providence County Courthouse. The man accused of a 2023 murder in Providence will be arraigned on multiple felony charges this morning. Nathan Rodriguez is accused of being the gunman during a drive-by shooting on June Street in August. 1 person was killed. 2 others were also shot and injured. Rodriguez faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, carrying a gun without a license, and felony assault. He will be arraigned at 8:30 at Providence Superior Court. 5:35 this morning, we are learning more about a police pursuit across state lines that ended in East Providence. 2 suspects are now in police custody and facing charges following the police chase that started in Mass. East Providence PD says that pursuit started Wednesday night after officers spotted the suspect's car exiting I-195 west onto Broadway. 19-year-old Matthew Garcia from Taunton tried to run off, but was eventually apprehended by police. Garcia is charged with obstruction and resisting arrest. The driver, 29-year-old Devontae Bonds, was taken into custody and charged with felony drug possession of Xanax pills. Both of those suspects are expected to face additional charges from Mass State Police, and we will keep you updated as we learn more. 5:35 this morning. The business futures of Mezzo Lounge and Sage Kitchen are still up in the air this morning. The Board of Licenses held a meeting Thursday. They moved to push the hearings for both of those establishments to next week. Now, as you may recall, Sage has been closed since a knife fight broke out inside of that restaurant that happened on November 8th. Mezzo Lounge was also ordered closed after a shots fired incident that happened on November 17th. Mezzo was recently allowed to reopen after an appeal to the state's Department of Business Regulations.
They're going to have extra security in the parking lots. They're going to have more security in the building. And hopefully that's going to keep things quiet until the next hearing.
Sage Kitchen remains closed until its next hearing. Both of those cases will be reevaluated at the next board meeting. 5:36 this morning in Woonsocket, Governor Dan McKee will join education officials today for a new school groundbreaking. Woonsocket Elementary School will be a state-of-the-art facility serving pre-K through 4th grade students. That groundbreaking is set for 10 o'clock this morning at Berry Field on Smithfield Road. And the Providence City Council has granted final passage to 3 ordinances to meet the funding obligations to the Providence Public School District. Good morning, Providence reporter Larilyn Jackson is live in Providence with the details on the council's final meeting of the year. Good morning, Larilyn.
Good morning, Cara. Providence City Council members are saying that this passage is preventing essential cuts, such as bus passes and after-school programs. So this passage is preventing these initiatives from being stopped. These 3 ordinances allocated money from the American Rescue Plan Act, which needs to be utilized ahead of December 31st. According to Joss Estrella, spokesperson for Providence Mayor Brett Smiley, Providence city officials began payments for the $15 million settlement this week. The rest of the settlement money will be paid off monthly installments over the next 7 months. While there are no cuts being made at this time, Providence City remains in hiring and non-essential hiring freeze until June. Estrella is also breaking down where the money is coming from. $1 million coming from the pilot agreement between the city and Lifespan, $4 million reallocating general revenue, $2 million from non-essential spending such as reductions in hiring and less overtime. Some money is also coming from legal accrual and energy credits. Thursday marked the last day of this year that the City Providence Council will be meeting. However, next year in 2025, on January 4th, they will reconvene again. Reporting live in Providence, I'm Larilyn Jackson with ABC 6 News.
Larilyn, thank you for that. Now, the Providence City Council also granted final passage to a tax stabilization agreement to redevelop 265 Manton Avenue. That is the location of a former church. The city is expected to transform the site into housing. 20% of the units will be affordable housing. Now, the city also plans to develop a solar energy canopy over the property's parking lot. And the council also gave final passage to an ordinance on zoning regulations for accessory dwelling units, also known as in-law apartments. The ordinance provides spatial requirements and parking minimum exceptions. 5:39 this morning, Mayor Brett Smiley will gather on the front steps of Providence City Hall tonight for the city's annual tree lighting ceremony. He'll be there with other dignitaries and the viewing public. It's free, it's open to the public, and it includes a variety of performances and activities. It will kick off with a performance by the 18 Wheelers. That's an a cappella group from Wheeler School. It's going to be followed by the Lillian Feinstein Sackett Street Choir, and then Santa himself will be joining the celebration with a parade that culminates with the lighting of the tree. That ceremony will be from 5:30 until 7:30 tonight. Look at Santa up there. Also, Waterfire Providence is gearing up for the holiday season with their Nights of Lights 3-day special. We're smack dab in the middle of that right now. That holiday celebration kicked off last night. It continues today in Memorial Park. It's going to have some holiday lights and fires. Going to be from 5:30 until 9. Some might say it's going to be lit. Attendees can expect a wide range of activities from musical performances, acts, a winter market, and much more. And for the kids who still haven't decided what they want for Christmas this year, they can talk it over with Santa. Tomorrow night is the final night of that festival, so see if you can make it out. 5:40 this morning, Christmas is steamrolling into the Providence Performing Arts Center tonight. The Mannheim Steamroller Christmas Concert Tour arrives at PPAC. The show features 15 musicians playing more than 20 instruments. I wonder how they parse that all together. And it's all going to be against a multimedia backdrop. It's an engaging way to capture the holiday season season. The Mannheim Steamroller Show has been on tour for the last 35 years, which, according to founder Chip Davis, means it is the longest running tour in the entertainment industry. Tonight's show is at 7:30. Tickets are available at ppacri.org. And the Rhode Island Rams football team is gearing up for playoffs this weekend. They are lining up by the Ryan Center today ahead of their FCS playoff game in Georgia. That is where they will be playing the number 7 seed Mercer University in the second round matchup. That game is going to be at 2 p.m. Saturday. If you'd like to wish them luck, you can support them at their send-off this morning at 9:30. 5:41 is your current time. Still to come for you here on Good Morning Providence. Elon Musk plays Santa and threatens a naughty list on Capitol Hill. We have the latest on the Trump transition coming up. Also, scientists are now fearing what lies ahead after discovering last year was the hottest on record. We will tell you what recent studies have proven after the break, and I've got to say that we can attest to that here. We've had these drought conditions.
Drought conditions and some record temperatures early in the year. I mean, look, it's been a bit rough for a lot of people. As for these next couple of days, things are getting colder. We're changing air masses. And we're going to talk about how cold and windy it's going to be just in a few minutes.
Sounds like fire and ice, if you ask me. Time for our question of the day. How much do you prep for winter? I winterize my car, home, and take every precaution. I don't bother. It's just another season. Or I rinse and walk, so I just need boots. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can head to abc6.com/spotlight to cast your vote. You're watching Good Morning Providence here on ABC6. We'll be right back.
Was dropping my son off at school, and bam, I got hit.
Nobody expects to be in a car wreck, much less out of work. Call me, attorney Rob Levine. You're a heavy hitter.
Yeah, Rob's a heavy hitter, and he hit a home run for me.
Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check the weather first before sailing.
It's gonna get nasty later.
Yep.
Hey, perfect day for sailing, huh? Have fun on land.
I'll go tell the Coast Guard.
Yep.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hank used to suffer from what felt like a cold and flu medicine hangover in the morning. Then he switched to Mucinex Night Shift. Mucinex is uniquely formulated to leave your system faster so you wake up ready to go. Try Mucinex Night Shift and feel the difference.
Oh, joy. You're a baker and new mom and student. You're an Ander. National University supports the whole you, so you can focus on what matters most. National University, supporting the whole you.
Milk chocolate beyond words. Classic recipe by Lindt.
The holidays could always use more Ghirardelli peppermint bark. More sweaters that hit the mark. More drinks with festive sparks. Because this season, there's no such thing as too much. Ghirardelli peppermint bark adds just the right touch.
Arm & Hammer Hardball Litter. How hard is it? Crazy hard. No mess scoops.
Hey, you gotta check this out.
Amazing. I'm obsessed with humans on the internet. It's the virtually indestructible clump. Hardball lightweight litter.
When you want to make junk disappear, leave it where it is. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is full-service junk removal. I've got a partner who lives down the street from you, and we're anxious to come to your rescue. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Hi. I see you on TV all the time.
You a ball player? Yeah. The whole team calls her the mini heavy hitter.
You want to be a lawyer?
I want to be a winning lawyer like you.
Let me shake your hand.
Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
Welcome back. 5:45 this morning. Elon Musk was on Capitol Hill promising to slash government spending by trillions of dollars and create what's being called a naughty list. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has these details.
Elon Musk arrived on Capitol Hill with his son on his shoulders.
How was the meeting, sir?
Before a closed-door meeting about his goal to slash $2 trillion in government spending. Sources say Musk and fellow entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, chosen by President-elect Trump to form a Department of Government Efficiency, told the mostly Republican lawmakers yesterday that they would be keeping a naughty and nice list of those who join in the budget-slashing proposals and those who don't.
Both have made big sweeping threats about wanting to downsize the federal workforce, but what could that mean in terms of civilian employees who have union protections, tens of thousands of whom work all around the country outside of D.C. and who are worried about whether their jobs could be on the line?
Lawmakers reportedly discussing a variety of cuts targeting the education department, redundancy in the government workforce, and government employees working from home. Musk sharing this photo reportedly showing a Veterans Affairs manager working while soaking in a bathtub.
The suggestions have been all over the board. I wouldn't say that there's been a single common narrative yet.
The department Musk and Ramaswamy will lead will not be a true government department. It will only provide recommendations for the administration and Congress, which has the power of the purse.
I've got some concrete ideas, but again...
Ideas, but a plan?
I think so. But the problem's in that room. You can have a great plan, and then if you don't have the votes to do it.
Many people are asking, will Social Security or Medicare be subject to these cuts? It's unclear. House Speaker Mike Johnson saying right now they're just brainstorming. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
ABC 6 weather brought to you by the Preserve Sporting Club and Resort.
Last year was the hottest on record, and scientists have struggled to find out why the planet was warming faster than expected, but a new study may provide an answer for that. It's a lack of clouds. Research published Thursday says the rapid surge in warming was supercharged by a lack of low-lying clouds over the oceans. And scientists fear the finding may have alarming implications for the future. Fewer bright, low clouds mean the planet darkens and absorbs more sunlight, a phenomenon called albedo. Darker surfaces like land and water absorb more of the sun's energy, while lighter surfaces like snow and sea ice reflect it. And as the planet warms, the lighter surfaces are being replaced by darker surfaces. Scientists studied NASA satellite data, weather data, and climate models to measure cloud cover. Now, what the study could not determine was why that cloud cover declined, but researchers fear future warming projections may be underestimated. Christina, this is going to make me look at those clear, cloud-free days a little differently.
Yeah, it definitely is. And look, I think a perfect example of this is think about asphalt, right? Think about how dark it is. It absorbs that sun. It doesn't reflect it, and it gets really hot. When you put your hand down to it during the summertime, woof, you'll burn yourself pretty quickly, right? Think about that versus something like a mirror, something that is literally reflective. Even the water, there's a big difference in how much light is absorbed versus sent back. So something that we're definitely, of course, going to be keeping an eye on. As for today, cloud cover, it's going to be actually a little hard to come by. Here and there, clouds will build throughout the day, but for the most part, satellite and radar is pretty quiet. I'm going to zoom out though, because wow, wow, wow. Take a look back to the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley. Quiet is not the word I would use. We're changing air masses right now, and change is a little tough even in the world of weather, and that's when we generally get winds kicking up really aggressively, and that's what we're getting over the Great Lakes right now, helping to propel those lake effect snow bands again for folks who just saw them last week. Now, as for us, I would not be totally shocked to see maybe a quick flurry, but we're not really looking at anything of that sort. It's just going to be cold and windy here. If you're sending the kids out the door to go to school, make sure, I know temperatures, they're cold enough as it is, not record breaking, but cold, but make sure everyone is layered, because once the wind kicks up, and it has been throughout the morning, it's going to feel way colder than it actually is. Wind gusts up into the 20s and 30s, some nearing 40 miles per hour, and those wind speeds, those 1-minute averages, have been between about 10 and 25 miles per hour today. That means the wind chill factor is absolutely in play. We are feeling like we're in the teens, and the warmer spots on the board like Taunton. How lucky are you feeling like you're 25 degrees this morning? Better than the 18 in Providence, I suppose. Later today, it's still going to be cold. High temperatures hardly above freezing, 33 in Providence today, and that's really the number I'd put for so many people across the board. Plenty of sunshine, that's nice. It'll be bright and beautiful, but just plain cold. Now, if you are headed out to the 3 nights of lights continuing tonight and tomorrow in downtown Providence, know it's going to be chilly. I put the times on for 5:30 p.m. if that's when you're heading downtown. It'll be a beautiful night in terms of conditions, but cold, cold, cold as the wind continues to kick up, and we have temperatures again already in the 20s. Now, as we head into the weekend, things are going to get a little interesting. Saturday's the calm day, and then Sunday morning, look what happens. We have an area of low pressure up to our north, and it actually could propel a couple small snow showers our way overnight Sunday into early Sunday morning. Now, Sunday during the day is actually going to warm up pretty significantly, at least compared to where we've been. Take a look at the temperature increase over the next couple of days. 43 on Sunday, and then we're all the way up to the mid-50s by the middle of next week. However, we pay the price in terms of some incoming rain.
Thank you, Christina. 5:50 is your current time. Let's take a look and see what's happening out there on the Washington Bridge this morning. We've got some activity and a couple of flashing lights up there, but that's not on the bridge itself. I'm watching to make sure that that situation calms down, whatever it may be. Looks like it's still there. That's just under the A and the C of the Skycam banner if you were watching closely there. But aside from that, everything's looking pretty good, coming all the way around the curves down to the bottom of your screen. Traffic flowing smoothly in both directions there. Let's take a look at our travel times. 3 minutes on the westbound 195 between the 95 split if you're headed out to the 95 split. If you're headed northbound on the 24 from Fall River to Route 93, you're just over that half-hour mark, 32 minutes. Give yourself maybe an extra 5 if you're traveling in that area. 5:51. The investigation into a masked gunman who stalked and killed the head of one of the largest U.S. health insurers is now moving into its third day. Authorities released these unmasked images of a man wanted for questioning in connection to the shooting and killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The photos on your screen were taken at the High New York City hostel. The NYPD has a warrant to search that hostel. Detectives also finding the words deny, defend, and depose written on the shell casings found at the scene of that crime. It echoes a phrase commonly used to describe insurer tactics to avoid paying claims. There is a $10,000 reward offered for any information that may lead to an arrest in this case. 5:52. An insurance company will no longer move forward with a plan to limit coverage for anesthesia during surgery. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, representing Connecticut, New York, and Missouri, previously announced it would deny claims for anesthesia services that exceed specific time limits during procedures. Anthem had said that change was part of an effort to make healthcare more affordable by reducing overbilling, but the announcement was met by sharp criticism from the American Society of Anesthesiologists, which called Anthem's plan egregious and uninformed. In a statement Thursday, Anthem said it was no longer going to proceed with the policy change, while saying there was widespread misinformation about that update. 5:53. Christmas could come early if you're really lucky. The drawing for the 10th largest jackpot in Mega Millions history happens tonight. The estimated $579 million prize comes after no ticket matched all 6 numbers in Tuesday's drawing. If taken as a cash payout, it would be nearly $277 million. That's a lot of cash. The largest Mega Millions jackpot on record was $1.6 billion. The single winning ticket was sold in Florida last year. 5:53 is still to come for you here on Good Morning Providence. We've got a final look at your forecast and your traffic after the break.
Here's your chance to win a family 4-pack to experience all the magic of the sparkling lights here at the Breakers Mansion in Newport this holiday season.
Watch ABC 6 News at 6 p.m. for the daily trivia question about the history of this magnificent architectural marvel.
Then go to abc6.com and click on the contest page and enter for your chance to win.
A magical experience at the Newport Mansions.
Sponsored by the Newport Mansions.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
To Ethan. Ever since we became friends, you've always inspired me to get outside. Even into icy cold water.
I can't feel my legs.
So I got this puffer blanket just for you. Because every hero needs a cape. From Noah.
Repeat the sounding joy. Kinder Joy. Open a world of surprise.
Hey, Bagel Breath. Take another bite. You're gonna need a bigger locker.
Hey guys, welcome to Rondo's Kickboxing and Fitness. We have something for everybody here. We have kids ages 3 to 6, kids ages 7 to 12, teen classes, and then we have all our adult classes, and we have circuit training. Come on into Rondo's Kickboxing and Fitness, where we have something for everyone.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the things that just will never come out. Every now and then I rinse it out.
Fights odor in just one wash.
Woohoo! The Bengals and the boys on a special Monday night. Excellent. Nothing like Big D in prime time. Seriously? Say one nice thing about Dallas around here. Need to focus on Joe Cool and that offensive arsenal. Or will America's team silence the haters like... Don't!
Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. Thanks for joining us. Let's take another look at that forecast, Christina.
Definitely something we're going to be keeping a close eye on, considering the fact that, first of all, wind gusts getting up there today. It's going to be in the mid-20s up to the mid-30s in terms of those gusts. That's going to keep us feeling really, really cold today. Temperatures in the 30s right now, feeling like we are in the teens. Look at those wind chills. 18 in Smithfield, 18 in Providence, 21 in Newport, 20 in New Bedford. So make sure you're bundled up heading out the door. Now, I will say later today, we're going to continue to see sunshine, but the temperatures are going to continue to be cold. So this is basically how it's going to feel for most of your day today. Make sure you are appropriately bundled, and of course we'll have more on your weekend conditions coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Christina. Let's take a look at the roads and see what's going on out there at 557. We are taking a live look again at the Washington Bridge. Still doing A-OK on this Friday morning, and that's good news. That's how we want it to feel as we make our way out. You may experience a little bit more salt on the roads in Providence, helping you with some of your traction there, and that will also be good for you as you make your way out the door. Let's take a look at our travel times. Actually, the heat map is coming up on your screen right now, and I will say it's kind of looking like the Grinch. Lots of green, but in this case, that's a good thing. More greens than yellows and reds right now. Not even on the Washington Bridge do we see any backups. A mile delay on 495 as you make your way out, but you should be good to go on this Friday morning. Hey, you don't have to go anywhere if you don't have any plans. You can keep it locked right here on ABC6. We have more news, weather, and traffic for you right on the other side of this 3-minute break.
Now you can get a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Make your next getaway your best one yet. Drive away now in one of our most popular models with 0% APR and 0 payments for 90 days. Only during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
When you holiday the Bob's way, you never have to haggle to get the lowest price for the best features.
Honey, I want a tranquil farmhouse bedroom with built-in headboard lights, cedar and felt lined drawers, USB ports, and storage drawers in the bed, all for $1,800 less than other national retailers.
You drive a hard bargain. Aren't they adorbs? Holiday the Bob's way and see how much you can save when you dare to compare at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Are you ready to elevate your career while embracing your busy life? URI Online is here to make it happen. With the flexibility to go wherever life takes you and the academic quality you trust from the University of Rhode Island, our accredited online programs are crafted for ambitious professionals like you. With URI Online, you'll acquire the skills and knowledge needed to be a leader in today's workforce. All from the comfort of your home, a park bench, or your favorite coffee shop. Start your journey to success with URI Online.
Championship week, everything to play for. Playoff dreams and conference titles at stake.
Hopes are running high. It all comes down to this.
A title and a trophy are on the line. Top-ranked teams make their final push. Dr. Pepper Championship Week begins tonight at 8 on ABC.
Now you can get a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Make your next getaway your best one yet. Drive away now in one of our most popular models with 0% APR and 0 payments for 90 days. Only during the Hyundai